Okay, so here we go. Another awesome podcast. Have so much in store for you guys. I'm gonna talk about how I met Robert Downey Jr. That's gonna be awesome. The funny gym situation I didn't get to talk about on my last podcast that I totally forgot about. I'm gonna talk about food scams. You guys need to learn that. Trending topic: Nipsey Hussle Memorial vandalized. Definitely got to scope that out. Talk about it. It's crazy. Also, another important topic: father's rights in court and parenting. So this is going to be hot. Podcast going to be hot. You guys check me out. And with that being said, let's get it.
This is gonna feel real good, alright? Most dope. Everybody please put a thumb in the air. Hey.
1, 2, 3, 4. Some crazy ass kids coming like up on your door, so let 'em in.
Yeah. Finally. Seems like I've been gone forever. But again, I appreciate you guys rocking with me. It's really cool. Before I get into it, I want to say shout out to King's Cannabis for sponsoring this podcast. Really awesome. You guys go scope them out. If they're not King Cannabis, they're not cannabis. So anyway, back to the podcast. I want to say, definitely you guys leave your comments if you get a chance. Whoever, when you listen to this, definitely go scope out the comment section. Tell me what you guys think about it. Give me your feedback. Give us your feedback. So, also, my last podcast I uploaded, what I did was I kind of made a few errors when I said about the exact podcast it was, because I have an introduction video, then I have an actual podcast. So when I said it was I forgot what number I said it was, but when I said it was another number. I think I said it was number 9. I think I said 10. I don't know. I said one of them, but I didn't count my introduction video as an actual podcast video, just like an introduction video, but it wasn't like a real talk VladBrad content podcast. So, but anyway, regardless of that being said, I'm back. I've been kind of, under the weather a little bit, so you guys got to excuse me for being gone for as long as I was. Hold on, dude. You weren't under the weather. Dude, you just didn't do your podcast. Dude, if you're under the weather, how come you don't sound like you were sick or anything? Like, you sound like you were just fine. Dude, first of all, who are you and why are you on my podcast? Dude, I'm just a fan of your podcast and I'm sick of you jerking us around. You do one podcast and then you leave for like a long time, then you come back. Dude, whatever, fine, dude. You know what? It's my podcast. So I can do what I want to do. Why am I arguing with you? This is my podcast. I can do what I want to do. Dude, get the hell out of my podcast. You have no business here. This is my podcast, not yours. Dude, I'm not going anywhere. How about you make me get out? Dude, okay, well, fine, whatever. Stay on the podcast. I don't give a crap. Whatever. I'm just going to do my podcast. You're going to listen to my podcast. Whatever, fine. Whatever you say. Back to the podcast. Anyway. So, yeah. Definitely you guys comment. Tell me what you guys think about it. If you guys get a chance to scope that out. Because this is definitely some work. I take time out of my day. And so, yeah. That's pretty much what I have to say about that. So, let's get back into this. Again, I'm going to get straight into before I get into that, also, I'm going to say, ever so often, for the most part, I'm doing, trendy topics, that topics that are like hot off of the Richter scale, stuff that's like trending in social media. A lot of times I'll talk about it, but then sometimes I don't, because I want you guys to get to know me personally. So every podcast, I give a little bit more of myself in every single podcast that I do. So that's why I don't do trending topics all the time. I talk about stuff that happened in my life, my personal life, so you guys can have an idea the type of person Zach Morrison is when I do my podcast. So with that being said, let's get into it. I'm going to talk about the first trending topic. Just one trending topic this podcast, honestly. So in most of my podcasts, I'm going to do one trending topic. Then I'm going to talk about personal stuff and stuff that I think that's funny that I'm going to share with you guys. So here it goes. Nipsey Hussle Memorial vandalized. And okay, I'm gonna let him rest in peace. Again, I shared with you guys my experience with Nipsey Hussle. I shared it his memorial they had in Los Angeles, where his store, they took all of it down now, and all the candles are all gone. I was just, in the area, like, the other day, and I seen all that. If you guys want to, I definitely was there at a memorial when they had it. I mean, you guys can look at my Instagram, scope me out there. You can see I uploaded a video of me at his memorial. But with that being said, there was a female. She was vandalizing his memorial. Like, they had a painting of him, and she vandalized it. She was like spray painting it. And they were, people are cloud chasers, right? Like, they just want to chase clout. I mean, it's crazy. Why would you do that to this man? You said, this man was a pillar to the community. But, some people are so desperate to chase clout because they have no charisma. They have no kind of, they have no charisma. They have no kind of, they don't have no kind of gift of gab about them. They don't have any ambition. They have no kind of, how can you say, they can't captivate you with their words, anything. You see what I mean? So they have to do whatever it is to chase clout. Like, you got to stoop so low. I don't know who you are, whoever you are. If you're listening to this, you're an absolute scumbag. You're just like what's his name, Eric Holder. You're worse than him in my book. You see what I mean? So yeah, like, why would you even do that? Like, that makes no sense. Like, I mean, you can't find it. You have no actual talent, so you got to do something just to get attention. And here's a crazy thing about that. Your attention gonna be gone in a flash. Like, you're gonna be forgotten about. You see what I mean? They're gonna repaint it. They're gonna fix up the bullcrap that you did, and your ass is gonna be on a shelf somewhere, and you're gonna be loathed. You're gonna be loathed and hated by people for what you did just because you're trying to chase clout just for a quick second. You're an absolute dirtbag. And then the people who were recording, if you go to the video, there are people that were recording her doing it. They're dirtbags too. They're scumbags too. I wish I was there. Like, if I was there, I would have probably body slammed her, honestly. I probably would have body slammed her if I was there. You said, I would have hit her with one of them. I would have put her in a full Nelson. I would have suplexed her. I would have put her in one of them Hulk Hogan, I would have leg dropped her. What you gonna do, brother? Yeah. With Hulk Hogan, like, I would have leg dropped her. You see what I mean? I would have put her in like a sharpshooter. I would have put her in like a Shawn Michaels sharpshooter. I would have basically I would have went berserks on her if I was there. Like, that wouldn't happen if I was there. You know what I mean? But the people that were there, they didn't do anything at all. They just let it happen. Like, what? I mean, what the hell? Like, what the hell? You see what I mean? But whatever. Yeah. What can you do? Yeah. Nipsey Hussle, rest in peace, bro. You'll be missed. And that's the last time I'm going to talk about him unless something really, really happens and I have to talk about it again. It has to be something super, super trendy. Like, it has to be super like something like, for example, like this, if Eric Holder, if he gets acquitted, or let's say that the trial goes on and more startling revelations and information comes on about the trial, but then I may talk about that in my podcast. Other than that, that'd be it. I'm not going to, every single podcast, I'm not going to cover the Nipsey Hussle situation. I'm not going to cover it every podcast. I'm only going to cover it if something important happens. That's the only time I'm going to cover it. So, yeah. With that being said, another important topic I want to share with you guys, which is crazy, right? Food scams. And what I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. There's a video I watch. Every so often, I swirl through the wormhole of YouTube every so often, and I came across a video about food, right? It was a video of this guy. I believe it was a female. She was putting iodine. She was putting iodine in food, and and this is the stuff that we're ingesting. We're eating this. This is stuff that we're eating. So definitely got to be food conscious. You have to be conscious and aware of what you're putting in your body, because you could be harming your body. You could be having adverse effect. You can have detrimental effects in your body when you're eating this food that they sell, that eat every day. Children are eating this food. Your kids, you're eating it. Definitely have to be conscious and be aware of what you're putting in your body. So, I was, in the video they showed, they did a comparison, right? They had water. No, they had honey, right? First it was honey. And they had fake honey compared to real honey. They took they put a tablespoon of honey inside. They put it in like some type of container, a clear container, and they poured water over it, and they shook it. When they shook the fake honey, it was like it diluted really fast. It diluted and it looked kind of, it had a bizarre look to it. Now they did the exact same thing with real honey. They put about a tablespoon of real honey in like in a clear see-through container, and they poured water in it. They poured water in the real honey, and they shook it. And when they shook it, the honey has it has memory. Like when they shook it, the honey it flattened itself and it turned into almost like a honeycomb shape material almost. So it had like the memory of the honeycomb that it came out of. It's remarkable how food can that was very remarkable, and then I was really kind of tripping out on that because we're ingesting that. I mean, it's good to eat natural honey, natural real honey, not the fake stuff, because it's filled with all kind of corn syrups and it's just bad for the body. It really is. Not only that, what else did they do? They took the cup of noodles, right? The cup of noodles that we paid for, that I'm sure everybody, whatever. The chick, she had like a cup of noodles and she opened it up. She completely took the cup out she didn't pour any water in it. She just took it as dry as is. And you're not even getting your money's worth for these noodles. Like when you look in the noodles, when she opened it, it's like a small little circle. And it's like, when you pour the water in, it expands. But in actuality, before you pour the water in, it's so small and you're paying like massive amounts of money for these small cup of noodles that you're not even getting your money's worth. Also, she took an apple, right? It was an apple, like an apple that you buy at your local grocery store, your local Ralph's, whatever the grocery store is closest to you. She took an apple, right? And she poured She poured warm water on the apple, warm water on an apple that we eat. So when she poured the water on an apple, some type of like foams. It was some type of like plastic kind of substance came off of the apple. Off the apple, the skin, and it's like some type of chemical they spray on the apple to preserve it. So if the skin of the apple, if you eat that chemical they sprayed, is some type of preservative they spray, it's harmful to the body. Too much ingest. You know how they say apple a day keep a doctor away? I don't know if you guys heard that saying, an apple a day keep the doctor away. Eat your apples, eat your fruits. You ever heard that? Well, apparently that's not true anymore. Because you eat an apple and you're constantly ingesting these chemicals, you're going to see the doctor quicker than you think. So yeah, definitely harmful chemicals. Clean your fruits off and you eat them. Peel the skin off the apple when you eat it. It's terrible. So yeah, I was really tripping on this is mind-boggling information about food. So yeah, I was kind of tripping at. I'm like, I eat my fair share of apples, but the thing about me, I wasn't an apple skin kind of guy. I was always peel the skin off anyway, which is bizarre that I don't know. Like, it's kind of weird that I did that. And maybe it was an instinct kind of intuition kind of thing. But yeah, definitely, clean your fruits off when you eat them. So I thought that was really really bizarre and scary. And this is stuff that they don't tell you. That's stuff they don't want you to know. And not only that, another situation with the food, right? A fast food joint, right? Fast food restaurants. Before I even say that, I'm going to say this. Okay, with ice cream, I don't know if you have like ice cream commercials, right? Like if you see ice cream and they advertise ice cream on television, or if you see a picture of ice cream on a billboard, like, Baskin Robbins, what's another one? Cold Stone Creamery, the list goes on. They had a picture of I think strawberry ice cream, whatever. Anyway, this is what they do, right? They take mashed potatoes and they mix mashed potatoes up with some type of, they put some type of, flour and mix up something. They add food coloring to it. And when they add food coloring to it, they mix it up really well. They mix it up real good. And then they take a ice cream, what you call one of those ice cream scoops, and they put it inside the cone and they dress it up really nice. And when they dress it up really nice, it looks just like ice cream. It looks like a perfect ice cream cone because The thing is, they do that and they show you, they show that in a commercial and they show that on a billboard because real ice cream melts. It melts, but the mashed potatoes doesn't melt with the food coloring on it. So they make that as an image. That's the image of the ice cream. You know, they use that as a falsification image to get you to believe that's what their ice cream looks like. But their ice cream don't look like that because actual ice cream melts, and they do the comparison. They did a comparison to actual ice cream to the ice cream that they created, this mashed potato contraption that they created. They did a comparison and it just was mind boggling. So yeah, all these food scams. Not only that, here's another one. Have you ever seen if you could Google, like go to YouTube, whatever, look at what you call a fast food burger and fry commercial, right? I mean, I'm not going to blast any specific ones. I mean, screw, yes, I am. I mean, why not? I mean, they're not going to hear this. Maybe they will, who knows, but they need to be exposed anyway. You have the burgers, right? You know how you see like a fast food burger commercial and a burger looks so perfect. It looks so very perfect, right? You get the burger, you're like, oh man, look how cool that burger looks on a commercial, and then the commercial, get your burger now. You get your combo, cheeseburger and fries for only $5.99. And you see like the perfect commercial. You're like, oh, look how big that burger looks. Here's what they do to the burger to make it look so perfect. In the fries, they take foam, right? They take foam and they take what you call first they take a box of French fries, right? The container that the French fries comes in. They take like some type of foam. They put it inside the box and they take, what are them things that you put in your mouth? Like those, I forgot what you call those things that, they're picks. Like, you put these little, food sticks in your mouth. Like, people put them in, I don't know what you call them, but they put like these, what do you call those things? Like, food picks, like, things you pick your teeth with. Like, they're like they're like maybe 4 inches long, and some people have them in their mouth and everything, in the old Wild West, they put them in their mouth like these food kind of picks, whatever. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, they take these food little sticks, they stick them in the foam. They stick like maybe 10 of them, 10 to 15 in the foam. Then they take actual fries and they put the fries on the sticks to make them stand up perfectly. Then they put them in a box, and you can't tell. They look like they look like the fries are sitting up perfectly. But they took an example. They took the actual real carton of fries, a real box of fries, compared to the commercial fries. They look completely different. They sit up completely perfect because they take the sticks and they put them in the fries and make them stand up absolutely perfect. Wow. It's crazy. Same thing with the burgers. They'll take, to make it look perfect, right? They'll take a burger patty. They'll take a burger patty and they'll put the cheese on the burger patty. Then they'll take these little sticks. They'll take the little sticks and they'll stick them inside the burger, like a bunch of them. Then they'll put the lettuce and tomato on top of the picks. They're called food picks, I believe. They put them in the picks, and then they stick all the condiments on, and that make the burger look fluffier than what it actually is. See, and that's why the burger looks so perfect in the commercial versus in real life. They did a comparison to the burger that you're going to buy in real life, plus they compared the burger that you're going to eat in real life compared to the commercial burger. And the commercial burger looks so fluffier and thick. You see what I mean? And that's the food scams that they get you to consume and to buy their products. So yeah, it's crazy, man. It's crazy. So, it's so much more. It's so much more stuff that I'm even talking about. I can't remember all of it, but it's so much more with the food scams. It's good to kind of just know what you're getting into. You buying this stuff and the fast food joints. That's why it's always good to make your own food. It's always good to prepare your own. It's always good to prepare your own food. I mean, for the most part, but here's the thing, right? I'm guilty of it. Like, I'm guilty of it myself. I mean, I'm a fast food junkie, to be honest. I'm a fast food junkie. I mean, but it's good to kind of know what you're congesting, what you're putting in your body, because it can have an adverse detrimental effect on your body if you don't know what you're getting yourself into. So yeah, definitely stay woke and understand what you're dealing with when you're dealing with these fast food scam artists or whatever. And not just fast food. It's just food in general, whether it be grocery store food. I mean, just whatever, that's why it's good to go organic. If you can go fully organic. I mean, I'm not the biggest food guru in the world, but I definitely know the difference because it's good to know what you're putting in your body so you can stay healthier, so you can live longer. Definitely want to live longer. You definitely want to be healthier. So yeah, that tripped me out, man, when I seen it. Like, I was really tripped out and I was mind boggled by it. And I have to share this with you guys. Again, reminder, comment, tell me what you guys think about the podcast. I mean, you guys been rocking with me and I appreciate it. You guys been, again, download my stuff and that's appreciated as well. But again, leave comments so I know you guys appreciate it. And I know you guys are there. Like, I know you guys aren't robots and drones. So yeah, tell me what you got, whether you love it or you hate it. Give me your positive feedback. Give me your negative feedback. Feedback just in general. That's all I ask for. And that's not asking much, right? So yeah, definitely have to tell you guys about that. Now that I'm done with that topic, I have to share something funny with you guys before I forget, because you always say, here's a big mistake that I make. I'm going to tell you a big mistake that I make. I say, and we all make this mistake. Here's a mistake that we all make. We say, oh, I don't have to write that down. I remember it. I remember it for later. And then you didn't write it down. Then you're thinking, okay, what was I supposed to say? What was I thinking about? Now you're wrecking your brain trying to remember what you did. You forgot to write down. And you're thinking, okay, I didn't write it down. Why didn't I write it down? Okay, I think I remember it. It's going to come to you in a second. And then you don't remember it. That's why it's important to write stuff down. Definitely important to write it down. So, I definitely wrote this down, this gym situation, because I didn't write it down word for word, but I wrote down this what I was going to talk about because I've been meaning to share this with you guys like since forever. Even on my last podcast, I said I was going to share a funny gym situation with you guys, and I didn't share it because I completely forgot about it. I'm a human. I make mistakes. Totally forgot, but I'm talking about it and I'm going to remember it. I'm going to speak on it right this very moment. Here it goes, right? If you can't tell, scope on my Instagram, my YouTube, and everything else. I do my visits to the gym ever so often. I enjoy working out because it's something fun to do in my spare time. I'm immersed in everything that I do for the most part, and most of my time is taken up. So when I have the free time, I go work out. So, but when you work out, right? You see people who are regulars. You see regulars, and then you see people who come and goes. Like, you see people that you'll never see them again. You'll never see them again, right? They'll come for a second, then they're gone the next. But then you see people who are regulars to where, after you see people for so long, and you see, okay, they're regular. You see that they're regulars. You get like a kind of a respect for them. You guys kind of respect each other because you guys have the same goal. Whatever your fitness goal is, you guys are there trying to accomplish it. So, and it's like, okay, you respect them, whatever. With that being said, I have a few situations that, specific gym that I went to, that I go to, regularly. Here's what happened, right? The thing is, I kind of talked about, when it comes to guys and females, how every guy want to feel special. They want to feel like they're the man. Yeah. So here it goes, right? This my boy Eric, my other boy Rock, my boy Steve, my boy Blake. These are people that I work out with that I see regularly. And there's some female names. I don't remember their names. I think one female name is, I think her name is Kelly. I believe her name. I'm not really sure, but anyway. So this other chick that I see, right? She's a regular. I've never spoke to her. I've never. Other guys spoken to her, but I've never approached her. Never spoke to this chick. She will be considerably, how would you say, stereotypically, hot, if you will. And what I mean by that is, like, you can tell she works out regularly. I see her regularly. She's about like maybe 5'8", maybe 5'8", 5'9"-ish, maybe 100 and I'm gonna say 140 pounds. So I'm not really sure her nationality. She looked like she could be, like, you know, I'm not going to say she's Hindu. She don't look, I mean, maybe she's black. I don't know, but I can't really determine her nationality because she's brown skinned, but she kind of have kind of Europeanish features about her. For somebody black, she would be considered, I don't know, light skinned for someone black. However, she's very well tanned. Like, I mean, you know, a brown skin kind of tan to her, you know, whatever. But she has like long, you know, long straight hair, whatever. I can't really determine her nationality. Anyway, I see her, you know, regularly. Again, haven't spoke to her. So, you know, but anyway, here's what happened. Here's what happened. Rock is this black dude, you know, somebody I'm cool with. You know, he works out regularly, in great shape. And, you know, like, you know, every time he see me, I see him, we speak, we say hi to each other. Hey, what's up, Rock? What's up, bro? Zach, what's up? You know, Zach, what, my man Zach, yo, what's up, man? Da-da-da. I'm like, yo, what's up, man? You know, Rock, yeah, cool working out. Yeah, man, I see you over there getting it, man. I see you too. Rock is all good. You know, talk to the dude and everything else. He's a cool guy. Anyway, so here's what happened, right? It's funny happened. Okay, then there's my boy Eric. Eric and myself, people think we're brothers, you know, because you know, but Eric is not as tall as I am, but he's in great shape as well. So, you know, we just kind of like connected because we have the same mindset in terms of working out and everything. So we see stuff, you know, every so often I'll run into Eric, or sometime he'll call me, I'll call him, and we'll do a routine together, you know. Eric, again, he's not as tall as I am, but he outweighs me by like maybe 20 pounds, but he's mostly muscle. But, you know, I'm leaner than Eric in terms of anyway, yeah. Basically, that's Eric. It's telling you about him and everything else. But here's the funny thing that happened. Okay, the chick that I'm telling you about, I don't know her name, never spoke to her. Her, and she has a friend that works out with her, this female, and never spoke to any one of them. But Rock would talk to this chick ever so often. Like I would see Rock talking to her. They would laugh and joke together every so often. So Rock, I believe he's trying to build up some type of chemistry with her so he can go out with her. He want to go out on a date with her. I'm assuming that. So anyway, so we're there, right? And here's what chicks have a tendency to do. Here's what females have a tendency to do. Guys do it too. But they'll bring someone, like a female bring a guy into a tumultuous situation and he doesn't know what's going on. You see what I mean? Example, sometime a chick will bring a guy to her ex-boyfriend's mom's house. You see what I mean? Put him in a precarious situation he's not knowing. So a lot of times you have to ask these females, well, okay, what am I getting myself into? Where are we going? Don't put me in a situation where I'm like either potentially threatened or I have to potentially get into a fight somehow, like, you know. But guys put females in situations like that too. But mostly females, I believe, do that. Mostly. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong. Comment. Let me know if I'm wrong. I mean, let me know. I mean, you know, definitely leave a comment about it. Give me your thoughts about it. But anyway, that's what this chick. She brung a guy with her. She brung some guy with her, and the two chicks brung some new guy, some new dude with her, right? And I'm gonna describe this guy to you guys. He was like some black dude. She brung with him. The two girls, her, and mind you, Rock's been talking to this girl for like, I'm gonna call her. Let's give her a name so you guys so I can have an idea. Let's call her. Let's call her Katie. I'm gonna call her Katie. Katie brung some new guy. She brung some new guy to the gym, and he's not knowing that Katie's already been talking to. Like, this new guy don't know Katie's been talking to Rock for like the past 2 months, whatever. So, okay, I mean, I don't know the situation with her and Rock. I mean, I don't know, but she brought a new guy to the gym, and so the guy is there with Katie and Katie's friend. And mind you, Katie never brought a guy with her ever before. This is the first time ever bringing it up. And let me also remind you, Katie's been talking to Rock for how long. They've been joking and laughing and playing together and everything else. So, mind you, I've never spoken to Katie. but Katie spoke to other people and said hi, to the regulars that go there. But I mean, not that I didn't want to speak to her, just that I just never put myself in a position to speak to her. Nothing against Katie. Nothing. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I mean? So anyway, let me describe this guy to you. He was kind of like, the dude could have been like maybe 6 feet, maybe. Again, some brown skinned dude, like kind of like how she is. They're almost the same complexion. He's a clean cut kind of guy. Look like he'd been in the army. Or look like he could be like some kind of cadet training for like for the police academy. One of them kind of guys, right? So anyway, but he was kind of like a light brown skin kind of guy, maybe a little lighter than her, maybe. Anyway, so Rock is seeing this. Rock is looking. He's livid, like how you can see. He's over there, just like, he's fuming with anger, right? So, but the guy, he's oblivious to what's going on. The new guy that Katie brung, he don't know what's going on. You see what I mean? She just brung this guy into a situation that's volatile, and he doesn't know it, right? So me and Eric is watching. We just kind of looking and scoping it out. So I'm thinking, okay, maybe this dude, maybe he's a personal trainer. Maybe he's personal training both, even though the two girls are in pretty decent shape enough as it is. You know what I mean? Anyway, so but again, what made me assume the guy's not a personal trainer, because he was joking with the girls, and he was kind of talking to him in a way that he was being flirtatious. I said, okay, he's not a personal trainer, because he's a personal trainer. He's not being professional. He's not showing any professionalism. So he's just some random guy that they brought to this. Maybe she knew him from work. Maybe she knew this guy. Maybe she met him at a club. Who knows how she met the guy? He's definitely not a personal trainer. However, he was in pretty good shape. So he started doing muscle ups to show off. And you guys, wait, what's a muscle up? I don't know what a muscle up is. What do you mean a muscle up? What do you mean? Do you talking gym? You talking gym slang lingo? Be more specific. Okay, here's what a muscle up is. You do a pull up. Okay, here's what a pull up, a muscle up is a complete pull up. And I'm going to tell you what I mean by that. Okay, like say when you do a pull up, right? You put both your hands on the bar and you get your chin over the bar. That's a pull up. If you get your chin over the bar, you put your body all the way down and you go all the way up to where your chin is over the bar. That's a pull up. Now, a muscle up is when you go all the way up over the bar to where you get your arms completely over the bar where it reaches your waist. You see what I mean? That's a muscle up. So the dude did like 4 muscle ups trying to show off for the chicks. He wanted to impress the girl, so he did like 4 muscle ups. Not knowing that Rock also do muscle ups. I can do muscle ups too, but I don't do them like that. You know what I mean? Honestly, I don't try to show off for the chicks in the gym. I mean, but most guys are immature to the point they want to show off for these females. They want to impress them. He's not knowing that other guys in the gym do muscle ups like it's easy. And Rock does muscle ups because Rock is a show off as well. He likes to show off. So now he see another dude doing muscle ups, something that he does to show off for the chicks. Now Rock is even more angry. He's angry. He's mad, right? So he's looking for his opportunity. Rock is looking for his opportunity to confront this guy. So here's what happens, right? Here's what happens. Okay, so I'm in the gym, right? I'm in the gym and I'm talking to Eric. So I said, Eric, I'm about to go do some I'm gonna do some back workout. I'm gonna go. And he said, oh yeah, go for it. I'll be over there in a second. I'm gonna finish up on my legs. We're both doing legs and back. But he had a few more sets to go, and I said, okay, I'm gonna go over here and do this, whatever. Anyway, I go sit down on the weight bench. I mean, not a weight bench, but I go sit down on like it's definitely a bench, but it's like, I don't know, you connect the weights to the platform, and then it's an apparatus. Anyway, I'm sitting there, and so I have my earphones on, right? I have my earphones on. After I leave Rock, I put my earphones on, and so I put my earphones on, and so then I work out. I do a couple sets. So then, Rock's, I mean, not Rock, but Eric says something to me. So I take my earphones off, and he says something. And he said, what he was saying was, I got like 2 more sets to go, then I'll be over. And I said, okay, cool, bro. So I'm back to doing my thing. So then Katie, the one I told you I've never spoke to, she comes over and she speaks to me. So when she speaks to me, she says, excuse me, how many more sets do you have? And I didn't say anything back because honestly, I didn't know she was speaking to me. Because I mean, I'm looking at my workout. I'm focused on what I'm doing, but I didn't find out till later she was speaking. This is how I found out she was speaking to me. She said, "Excuse me, how many receipts do you have?" She asked me again, right? And so then once I realized she was speaking to me, I didn't get a chance to say anything back. Right when I was going to speak, the guy that they brung with them, like the guy that Katie and her friend brung with them, before I can say anything back, this is what happens. The guy said, "Oh, he act like he can't hear. He don't want to speak or something. He's one of them stuck up guys. Like he must be he must be arrogant." And he just started just going in on me. Just start like, okay, here's the thing, right? I know I don't strike fear in the heart of man. Like I'm an approachable kind of guy, and I don't exactly I don't install fear in man. You know what I mean? So it's easy to go and it's, and I'm just being honest, right? I'm being honest. He sees some dude, he sees some, in his mind, he sees some white dude working out, or some super light biracial guy he sees working out, somebody who's, soft looking, somebody who he can just, I mean, if it was another guy, if I was like some scary, intimidating looking dude, he wouldn't have said what he said. He wouldn't have got all aggressive with me like he did. But he see, okay, this guy, he looking at me like he don't pose a threat. I can use him as a tool to show off with these chicks, and that's what he did. So he used me to show off for the two girls, so he could like impress them even more. He said, "Oh yeah, did you hear that? Did you hear him talking to you, buddy?" Like he didn't say buddy like that, but I'm just kind of. And the dude, he had a preppy look to him himself. So I'm looking at the dude. Honestly, here's what I would have said. If I would have had a chance to speak back, I would have said, "Oh, excuse me, bro. Honestly, I didn't hear the girl. I didn't hear her talking to me." Like I would have said, "Bro, excuse me." I would have told her, "Oh, you know what? I only got like one set left. You can get in if you like." In fact, I would have probably got up and left and let her work out if had I knew that she was speaking to me. But I honestly didn't know she was speaking to me. So if I had a chance to speak back, I would have said, "Oh, excuse me, bro. I didn't know she was talking to me. My apologies." Like I would have took the humble approach and I would have probably got up and left. But before I could even speak, before I can say anything, here comes Rock, storming over here like a raging bull, right? And Rock says, "Hey man, you better leave my homeboy alone, man. That's my little homeboy. Man, you saying what? Man, we could go outside. We could do this. Man, don't come in here getting at my boy." And so Rock just started going off on the dude before I can even say anything. And okay, so Erica's over there looking like when Eric seen the dude, remember Erica's over there working out. Eric is over there doing his legs. So when Eric had seen the dude talking to me, Eric stopped doing his leg and was ready to walk over there. You see what I mean? And but before Eric can even come over there, here comes Rock. Rock was our. But here's the thing, right? Yeah, I'm cool with Rock, and Rock is a cool guy. I mean, he's a friend of mine, and it's all good. I mean, I appreciate what Rock did. It was pretty awesome to do what he did. It was pretty awesome. However, Rock he used my situation as a chance so he can really rage on this guy. You see what I mean? Because Rock was already pissed that these chicks brung a new guy there, and Rock was talking to Katie. We're gonna call her. He was already talking to Katie prior to them bringing this guy there. So when Rock raged at this dude, when the dude just like, he kind of a wither away, like he just kind of withered away, like kind of like he just shriveled up, like he had his chest poked out. When he approached me, his chest was poked out. The dude had his chest poked out when he approached me. His huge Incredible Hulk chest turned into like it became like a. It got withered away. I'm trying to think of somebody skinny that we both know. It turned into his chest turned into like a olive oil. He turned into olive oil real fast. Like his chest kind of caved in and kind of like shriveled up. Like you ever seen a little golem from Lord of the Rings? He's just like, his chest became like the small little gnome, like he just kind of just like cowered up in the corner somewhere. You see what I mean? And Rock was all pissed off at the dude for talking to me the way he did. And but Rock used it as an opportunity so he can flex for the females. Like Rock wanted to be the alpha male there. So Yeah, I appreciate what Rock did for me, and it was awesome what he did. It was awesome for him to do that, but really, he just needed an opportunity to rage at the new guy. That's why he did it. And you know, I thought that was pretty funny. That, you know, oh my god, it was hilarious. You should have seen this dude, right? It was funny how it was funny how the dude just like his eyes popped out of his head, and he just like the dude was out of there faster than you can blink. Like dude was gone. Once he seen Rock came after dude, he was gone. You see what I mean? So it was wow, man, you got it. My bad. You got to excuse me. It was just pretty funny to watch, right? But yeah, so I didn't get a chance to defend myself. I didn't get a chance to say anything back. But again, if I would have said something back, I would have took the humble approach again. I mean, you know, yeah, I would have probably said, dude, my bad, excuse me. You know, I didn't know she spoke to me. My apologies. Like that's what I would have said in all honesty. You see what I mean? I wouldn't have got like, oh, what do you say to me? Dude, are you kidding me right now? Like I wouldn't even jump after. I would not have got aggressive back with the dude. You know what I mean? I mean, it's not my thing. Really, it's not my thing. So whatever. Basically that's what happened. And one funny thing, you know, gym situation I want to share with you guys. And another thing, right? Here's another situation I want to share with you guys. Again, another situation. I was working out, right? Ever so often, you know, sometimes I'll drive to the gym, sometimes I'll walk. It all depends on how I'm feeling. Because I like to warm up, because where I live not too far from there. And like I like to warm up, right? So there's a guy that live in the area that I live in, right? There's this guy, and I see him. Like sometimes I see him walking. I've never seen him driving. And the dude he's bizarre, awkward, kind of weirdo kind of dude, right? This dude is black as well, but he's like another kind of like look like he could possibly be biracial, maybe. He has a full beard. Another like kind of light complected brown skinned dude with a full beard. He's lean. We're the same height, same build. But he's leaner than I am in terms of, let's see, I'm 6'5", between 6'5" and 6'6". I'm like maybe 200 and like maybe 5 pounds, maybe something. I'm about like maybe I'm about not even that. I'm about 200. I'm being so real. I'm about maybe 200 pounds. This dude could be like maybe 195-ish, or maybe 190-ish, whatever. He's definitely leaner than I am, for sure. And, you know, he's kind of awkward and weird, you know, so I thought, right? And here's the thing. I work for mine. You see what I mean? Like, say, sometime I'm on a treadmill, I'm working out, and I'll see this dude, I see him at the gym I go to, and I see him on the streets kind of walking around, which is weird. Like I always run into this dude, but I never spoke to this dude, right? And here's the thing about him. Yeah, he has a full beard, and his beard is long. He has like a head full of hair. It's really coarse, thick gray hair on his head. You know, just really awkward guy, a really awkward dude. Look like he's no older than 30. Anyway, here's what happened, right? When I'm at the gym, I never see this dude work out. Like he walks around the gym, never do any working out, but the dude is in crazy good shape and crazy good conditioning, right? Here's a weird situation about the dude. I'm going to share a situation with this dude, right? Okay, one time I was on the treadmill, I'm working out, right? Like I do like 30, 45 minutes on the treadmill sometime, and I'm working out, and I'm really getting it. I'm killing it. I'm working out and I'm killing it, right? I'm like I got my music pumping, I'm killing it. So as I'm working out, right, and I'm sweating, like I get it in, like I play no games, right? So anyway, I see like maybe 20 minutes into my workout, you know, if you go to the gym, you see like billboards, you see like advertisement billboards in the gym. So the dude goes, and he has like a soda in his hand. He's drinking some type of soda or some type of beverage. And he stands staring, and he's looking at the billboard, right? And the billboard, it's like it's nothing out of the ordinary. Something like, you know, it's something that don't stand out. You know, you walk by, you look at it, and you just keep going. Like the dude staring at the billboard in the gym. So I'm looking up as I'm doing my treadmill workout. I'm looking at him staring. I'm like, what does the dude staring at? What is so special about that billboard that the dude staring at? Like, he's mesmerized by it, but he has like a casual stand. Like, he's standing like he had one hand in his pocket, and he's casually staring at the billboard for like for the duration of my workout. So I said, okay, I'll work out for an additional 20 minutes, finish up my workout, and he's still standing there staring at it, drinking his soft drink. He'll take casual sips of his soft drink, and he's staring at the billboard, and no one said anything to him. I mean, he's not bothering anybody. He's kind of doing his thing. And so I go get in the shower. Get freshened up, and I say, okay, I'm about to go do some weight training, whatever, right? I come out the shower, fully dressed, right out. I got the shower, dry off, fully dressed, leave the locker room, and he's still staring at the billboard. Like, I was showering for like maybe 15 minutes, and it took me an additional like 10 minutes to get dressed. So I come out. Not even, I say but maybe between 5 and 10 minutes to get dressed. So let's say it took me 20 minutes, an additional 20 minutes, and from my shower, getting dressed, and another 20 minutes. So I come out, that he's still staring at the billboard, still standing there in the same exact position with his hand in his pocket, drinking a soft drink. And here's what the billboard says. It says like, it says 20% off your next gym workout, or some bull crap that don't even, something that won't phase you, right? Anyway. The dude is still staring at the billboard. I'm like, wow, this is really bizarre. Very, very bizarre. So anyway, I'm ready to leave. Again, I will see this dude ever so often. So he decides to speak to me. I'm done my workout, and he decides to speak. And he tells me, this is what he says to me. He finally speaks, and he says, oh, hey, bro, what's up, man? I noticed I see you walking ever so. You do a lot of walking, he tells me. He said, man, I see you walking all the time. And I'm like, yeah, bro. Yeah, I do a lot of walking. Wow, you noticed that? He said, yeah, man, when I'm driving, I see you walking. He said, where do you be walking to, man? I said, oh, man, I walk from home to the gym. Like, he said, man, you walk that far? He said, you walk way from your home he said, that's a lot of, I said, yeah, man, I walk that far, man. That's just, that's my work. That's part of my warm up. He said, man, that's a long walk. Cause every so often I see you walking. I said, oh, yeah, that's what I do. And anyway, so I'm explaining it to him and everything else. And, he said, man, wow, you're in pretty good shape, man. It's not, I said, yeah, I appreciate it, man. And the dude seemed pretty normal. I said, okay, he's pretty normal and everything. And, but here's one of my encounters with this guy. I never walk around naked in the locker room, whatever, but this dude, one time I was in the locker room, he's in the locker room, we were in the locker room, whatever. So I said, okay, he's leaning on, I take my shirt off, I said, I'm confident in mine. I say, y'all work hard. I take my shirt off, and dude come out his shirt, and I keep it so real. See, the dude, he has a better, in terms of, he has a more of defined physique than I have. You see what I mean? In terms of, like, I got me a little 6-pack about me and everything else, but I have to really flex for mine to really show. This dude don't hardly do any flexing, and he got veins popping out everywhere. I'm not a veiny guy. I don't have veins all over the place. But I have a nice conditioned body. But this dude is way more conditioned than I am. Veins, way more shredded and everything. But yeah, I don't see this dude do no kind of working out. Even one time, bro, when I got off the treadmill and I go to the locker room sweating. I'm sweating, dripping all over the place from my workout. This dude casually walks around the locker room, don't sweat, don't do no working out, but in better shape than I am. And I'm just keeping it real. You know what I mean? And I'm like, wow. And I'm in pretty good shape. So I just trip out on that. I'm like, wow, man. So I'm saying, and here's the moment. I'm like, wow. Finally, I get to ask, what does this guy do? What does he do to stay in such great shape? And he don't do no workout. I don't know. I never seen him work out. Never seen him do any cardio. Nothing. He hangs around the gym. Don't do anything at all. In this great shape. I'm curious, bro. What do you do? What do you do? How do you do in great shape? I'm finally able to ask the dude the question. So here it goes. I asked him. The moment of truth. I'm finally able to talk to this guy and ask him. Here it goes. I say, okay. I say, dude, come to now that you mention it, talk about me walking and all. I say, dude, what do you do? Like, man, like, what program do you do, man? Because every time I'm in the gym, I'll never see you do no working out, but I see you in the gym all the time, but you're in such great shape, bro. Like, what do you do? And here's what I'm thinking. I asked him this, but here's what I'm thinking. I said, whatever it is that you're taking, dude, I want some of it. I don't care if you're sniffing magic fairy dust under the moonlight, whatever. Give me some of it. I want some of it. Give it to me. I gotta have it. You see what I mean? This is what I'm thinking to myself. And while I'm waiting him to answer this question, so he finally answers my question. Here's what he says. and he reconfirms his weirdness by his answer. He reconfirms his weirdo-ness by his, and here's what he says. He says this: "Oh man, yeah, bro, when I come to the gym, I do mean to work out, man. My intention is to work out, but I get caught up and I end up doing me." And that's his answer. I end up doing, I mean to work out, bro. I come here and my intention is to work out, but I get caught up in doing me. And so I pause for a second. I get quiet. He gets quiet. And I want to ask him, like, bro, what the hell are you talking about? What do you mean doing you? How do you do you? Like, I didn't say any of this. I'm thinking this. And I just say, I respond, I say, right, okay, yeah, you do you? Okay, I get it, yeah. He said, yeah, that's what I do, man. I end up just doing me. I'm like, what do you mean doing me? Like, I said, okay, cool, man, yeah, all right. Well, all right, enjoy the rest of your day, and I'm gonna go work out. He said, okay, you too, man. It's nice talking to you. I said, yeah, you too, man. So he left me bewildered. He left me with more questions. He left me with wanting more answers. He said, so yeah, didn't get a clear answer. Didn't, never see this guy work out, but yet he says he does him. He says, I do me. So I don't get it. I don't get it. What do you mean by I do me? Like, I still don't get it. Whatever. So, just kind of tripped out on that. And, yes, definitely pretty trippy. Also, thought I'd share that with you. Crazy gym situations that I go through when I'm at the gym every so often when I go. With that being said, I want to share another story with you guys. I said I was going to share with you guys the father's rights in court and parenting. I'm definitely going to share that probably on my next podcast, but I'm going to share this one because here's the one you probably want to hear: how I met Robert Downey Jr. Yes. The Avengers Endgame movie was really awesome movie. All the the Avengers movies are really. If you haven't seen it, I'm not going to spoil it for you guys, but it was really good movie. The movie Infinity Wars is really good movie. Endgame was also good, really awesome, really good movies. I enjoyed both movies. I really very enjoyed them a whole lot. But that's not here. I'm not here to give a movie review. I'm here to talk about how I met Robert Downey Jr. Yes, I actually met Robert Downey Jr. So here's how it happened. I'm going to give you guys a full story how I met him and how all that happened. Here's how that happened. Some odd, years ago, I was a bouncer at a club. I worked at this club called National. It was off of Hollywood and Wilcox. I met other celebrities there. I met Lindsay Lohan. I met Megan Good. I don't know if you guys know who that is, Megan Good or whatever. She has a movie coming out. She's a black female. She's a black female actress. She's pretty. She's a pretty girl and everything. Other celebrities I met there, I've seen Bruno Mars there. But anyway, that's not. Dude, you get off the subject again, dude. Why do you always get off the subject? You say you're going to talk about one thing, then you end up going into some other bullcrap. Dude, get back on the subject matter, dude. Okay, fine, whatever. I'm getting back on the subject matter. Okay, I heard you. Jeez. Anyway, this is how I met Robert Downey Jr. Full story. I'm gonna give you guys a full story as to how it happened. Okay, I have an auntie, right? Some odd time ago. This is back in like 2008ish, 2009ish. This is before the Iron Man movies. And okay, my auntie, who's my mom's youngest sister, I was helping her move. Like, I bust my back helping her move her furniture for free, right? I did it all for free. And I move refrigerators. Refrigerators. What you call like shelves, what you call like counters, whatever. Couches, you name it. A bunch of big heavy bullcrap. Washing machines, all kind of heavy stuff. Bust my back helping her move. Her and her husband helped them do a bunch of moving, right? And me and her husband joking, he was really a really cool guy. And this is still in the story. Don't get me wrong, I'm still on the same subject matter because I'm letting you guys know what led up to me meeting Robert Downey Jr. So did a bunch. I helped her move for like about 2 weeks. You know, it's like about a 2 week assignment, if you will. I'm going to call it an assignment. You know, did it for free. Her husband, myself, and a few other people. And, you know, her husband was so buddy with me. He knew me. He was calling me on a first name basis. Hey, yo, Zach, what's up? Zach, this, Zach, that. And we're laughing, joking, and everything else. All buddy, familyed up and all that, right? So this is my mom's younger sister who's, you know, she's my mom's younger sister. Yeah, pretty much. You know, my mom's black. So yeah, my mom's younger sister. Anyway, helping her move. So this is what she says to me. She said, you know, I appreciate you helping me move. You know, I don't know if you ever need anything, you know, feel free to call me. I mean, it was really nice of you to help. I say, auntie, you know, we're family, you know, that's what family do. You know, I mean, here's the thing. I didn't suggest it. Like, I didn't volunteer. Honestly, she came and asked me to help. So I said, okay, well, why not? She's family. Let me help her out. Helped her move, right? Helped her do a bunch of moving and everything else. So, back is hurt, beat up and everything else. With that being said, she's in her new place and everything, and she's happy. So, I have my job as a bouncer and everything. And, I ended up, you know, mind you, it's on Hollywood Boulevard. It was called, at the time, the club was called National at the time. A bouncer, bouncing people in and out. Basically, you know what a bouncer is, somebody who, if a guy that's drunk or people are drunk, you kind of disperse, you know, you put people out clubs and you don't let it get out of hand and etc. That's what a bouncer does. I was making pretty good money. But this was like my first day on the job, I think it was, or second day on the job. So I didn't get paid yet. So, something happened. I ended up falling asleep. I was really tired because, mind you, I was helping her move, and, you know, and they have like the employees lounge. So I went upstairs in the employees lounge and I kind of crashed out on the couches up there, and I was just passed out sleep. So I woke up, right? It was like maybe almost 4 a.m. Everybody was gone out the club. I was the only one in the club. And like, I'm only in the club. So anyway, I said, okay, wow. Mind you, at the time I didn't have a cell phone. I was kind of like, you know, kind of new to California, if you will. And, I really didn't know my way around. So I went to a payphone. I said, oh my gosh, man, I need to get home. I had no money, you know, so, I was out there stranded. I said, you know what? I have an idea. I remember my auntie told me that if I need anything, I could always call her. That's a great idea. Why don't I call my auntie? Hey, that's a great idea. Like, that's what I told myself, right? So I said, geez, man. So I had like maybe 50 cents to my name at the time. So I put a few quarters in a payphone, and I called my auntie Leah up, and I called her up. So I called her up, and her husband answered the phone. This is like almost 4 a.m. So her husband answers the phone, and so oh yeah, I'm saying her name. I'm putting her on blast because, you know, I'm definitely saying names, whatever. So I call her up, and her husband answers the phone. So when her husband answers the phone, he says hello. I said, oh, Maurice, dude, man, I'm glad you answered. Look, man, I'm out here stranded in Hollywood. I have no money. Can you guys pick me up? Dude, I appreciate it. And so she says, I hear her in the background talking. She says, who's that on the phone? Who's on the phone, right? And he says, hey, your nephew's on the phone. He says he's stranded. So when he said your nephew, I said, no, he didn't. No, he just didn't say your nephew. I was just cool with him, helping him move, and he was just calling me by my first name. We were laughing and joking, having a good time. Now I'm your nephew. He says, oh, your nephew's on the phone. He said he needs a ride and he's stranded. She says, who's on the phone? Oh, you know, your nephew, Zach, he's on the phone. And, you know, she said, I don't answer the phone this late. Hang up. She tells him to hang up in my face. So click, he hung right up on my face. There was no explanation. No, I mean, he didn't say, oh man, my bad. You know, I apologize. You know, she telling me to hang up on you. So I got to hang up in your face. None of that. He said, I mean, nothing. He just straight hung up in my face. Like, just bye. Right. So, some random person walked by, says, you have a quarter. Yeah, I have a quarter. So some random guy gives me a quarter. So I call back. When I call back, the phone went straight to voicemail. That means when the phone goes straight to voicemail, when you call back, that means they have their phone off the hook, or they turn their phone off, so you can't call them back. You see what I mean? So that's what she did. And I'm thinking to myself, everything I did to help them move, I help them move, I bust my back, and then she hangs up on my face. I was so pissed off, angry, so mad, right? So I'm so angry. I'm so pissed off. I'm mad. And this is all true story. True story without a doubt. Anyway. And then I'm walking down Hollywood Boulevard trying to figure out how I'm going to get home. So I'm like, geez, man. So I'm walking, right? I'm walking. And for those of you who are familiar with LA, familiar with Hollywood, some of you familiar with it, some of you not. For those of you familiar, and for those of you aren't familiar, I'm still going to explain it. There's this famous hotel called the Roosevelt Hotel that celebrities go to, right? Mind you, I'm walking to Hollywood. There's nobody out there. I'm like the only one on the Hollywood Boulevard. There's like a few bums. And there's like street sweepers. I don't know if you guys know street sweepers. The street sweepers, they go by, they clean the streets and everything else. So I'm walking by. I'm trying to figure something out, right? So as I'm walking in the hotel, walking by this hotel. I don't realize, I said, I might have to walk home, or I might have to go somewhere and crash into the morning to the bus to start running again. I'm trying to figure things out, right? So as I'm walking by the hotel, I didn't go inside the hotel. I'm just kind of walking by because I'm walking up Hollywood Boulevard, the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I'm looking at Frank Sinatra stars and different people's stars, Bill Cosby stars, Donald Trump before everybody hated him. Start looking at all these stars on Walk of Fame. I'm like, wow, look at all these stars on Walk of Fame, right? While I'm trying to figure it out, while I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get home. So a limousine pulls up. It was a stretch Hummer limo, like it was the nicest limo I've ever seen in my life, like a stretch Hummer limousine limo. And at the back of the limo, there was a jacuzzi, a lit up jacuzzi in the back of the limo. And so the limo slows down. I'm walking, it slows down, right? So I'm like, wow, that's a really cool limo. So one of the windows rolled down on the limo. And as the window rolled down, a dude, he says, hey kid, come here for a second. So I'm looking around. I'm like, wait a minute. So I'm looking. He said, yeah, I'm talking to you. Anybody else out there? Who else is standing out there? I'm talking to you. I said, okay, yes. So I'll go over there. He said, get in. So I get in, right? I get in the limo. I'm like, so the first thing I'm thinking, wow, this is nice. Like I'm super like looking, but the guy looks familiar. I'm like, man, I've seen this guy somewhere before, but I can't picture his face, right? Can't picture his face. So I'm looking inside this limo. I'm like, man, this is so nice. I'm like Grey Goose wine bottles all over the place. It's just like strobe lights. It's like a little club inside the limo. And the thing is, it's like seats across. It's like a little table in the middle, and from the little table, there's like seats going across from it. Anyway, really nice limo. So he says, look, I need a favor, man. I need a favor. I'm like, yeah, what's going on? He says, look, man, here's this. He gives me like a room key, but the room key, it's like a card. It's not an actual key. He said, look, man, this is room such and such. I think room 640 something. He said, man, go in there. There's a female in there. She's laid out. She's passed out. Here's a phone. He gives me a cell phone. He said, look, dude, I need you to go up to the room, and there's a female in there, and the dude is talking to him. He's panicky, and I'm like, dude, this guy look familiar. I'm like, where have I seen him before, right? So he's telling me, he says, look, I need you to go up to the room. Here's a room key, the room card, here's a cell phone. If she even moves, I want you to call me. Call me immediately. If she moves, if she blinks, anything, give me a call. I said, wait a minute, what's in it for me? I said, what's in it for me? So he hands me a stack of hundreds. Like it's like a little stack, like a small stack of hundreds. And like I was shocked. I was about to swallow my tongue, right? I'm like, I can't even speak. You see what I mean? He said, I'll give you the rest later. He said, I'll give you the rest once we figure this out. I said, okay, man. Yeah, cool. So I go up to the room, right? I go up to the room. This room is bigger than some people's houses. And I'm going to describe this room to you. It's in a Roosevelt Hotel off Hollywood Boulevard, in the Roosevelt Hotel, right? So I go up to the room. The female, she was some European female with blonde hair. And she's passed out on the bed. And on the bed, right, the bed is a rotating bed. Like the floor, it's like it spins really slowly. It's a massive, huge movie screen looking plasma screen TV. It had a refrigerator in there, and the room was nice, man. I've never seen anything. I've never seen a room that beautiful in my life, right? It's a breathtaking view over Hollywood. It was at the very top, right? Breathtaking view over all of Hollywood. Really beautiful. Anyway, I'm like sitting in the room, like, wow. So I turn the TV on. I'm like really just kind of like really, filling the room out. But before I turn on the television, right, I put my hand over the female's, I put my hand over her face to see if I can feel any breathing. And I couldn't determine whether she was breathing or not. I really couldn't determine it. So I'm like, okay, I don't know if she's breathing. I don't know if she's not breathing. Like, I didn't know. So I said, okay, cool. And he told me, said, man, give me a call. If she wakes up, you call me and everything else, right? So, I'm just, I'm counting the money. I'm counting the hundreds. I'm like, okay, 100, 200, 300. I'm trying to count all the hundreds, right? At the same time, I'm counting the hundreds. I'm like looking around the room, so I lose count. That's how many hundreds it was that I lost count. So anyway, but it was like a rubber band, like a thick rubber band around the hundreds. And I've never seen so much money in my life in one sitting at the time. You said, I mean, I've never seen that much money, like that much cash. I've never seen that much cash. I've never even, and let alone it was mine. It was like it was like a little stack, like a little, it looked like it had been like about 5,000. Could have been like about 5,000, maybe, all hundreds. I didn't, so anyway, here's what happens, right? The hundreds. So, I start watching TV. I'm looking around a room, a bunch of vodka bottles, all kinds of food in there, which caviar, lobsters, you name it. So I start eating because I'm starving, hungry. So I start eating, gorging on caviar, not the caviar, but I was gorging on the lobster, a bunch of shrimp, gorging on the shrimp. Like I'm just gorging my face. Right. So, as I'm eating, the chick, she starts moaning. She goes, she starts moaning. I said, what in the world? So I go over there, right? I go over to her. So as I go over to her, she's wearing like a skirt, like kind of tight. It was a dress. I don't know, whatever. It was a full body dress, but the skirt was tight and everything. She was pretty. She was a pretty chick. So she starts, I put my hand by her face and now she's breathing. So I was in there for like about maybe 45 minutes until she started breathing. I was in there. So I called the number. The cell phone. The cell phone he gives me. He said, "Look, call this number right here." When he told me, I called the number. He told me the cell phone. He told me to put your number and call it. Back then, it was flip phones. Back, there was the flip phones. It was like a Razor flip phone back at the time that he gave me. It was a golden Razor phone. So I called the number. There was no answer. I called again. There was no answer. So I said, I'm going to call this dude one more time. If this dude don't answer, I'm out of here. I'm going to leave and I'm going to take the phone with me and I'm going to take the money that I have and I'm gone if he don't answer. So I call again. He answers the phone. So when he answered the phone, he said, yeah, who's this? I said, dude, what do you mean who's this? I'm the guy that you left in the room with the chicken. He said, oh, yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. He said, man, what's going on, man? What's going on? Now, I'm like, dude, how you going to forget about me? Anyway, he remembers me and he says, okay, yeah, man. Yeah, what's going on? I said, dude, she's breathing. He said, okay, good, man. That's a good sign. That's really good. He said, what did she say? He said, okay, look, man, just entertain her till I get there. I'll be there in like 30 minutes. I said, okay, cool, man. Cool. So, she finally comes to her, she's breathing kind of, heavy and she opens her eyes and then she says, who are you? And I said, oh, I'm a friend of your boyfriend. I mean, I'm a friend of your boyfriend's. I'm just kind of just hanging out, whatever. She said, can you get me a glass of water, please? So, I get her a glass of water. She drinks it and she lays back down and, she's kind of like, where did he go? Like, dude, where did he go? Like, I'm like, he just went to run some errands or whatever. He'd be here in like 30 minutes. So, an hour goes by. No show. 2 hours goes by. He still didn't show up. So after like about an hour and like maybe after 2 hours and 45 minutes, he calls me. So I go downstairs or whatever. And, so he says, oh man, you know what? Thank you. He said, I appreciate what you did for me, man, and everything. I appreciate it. He said, where's the phone? I said, here's the phone. I said, wait a minute. Where's the rest that you promised me? He said, oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Here's the rest. You said, I mean, so, he gave me the rest of the money, which was another stack of money which was equal as the other one. So, when he gave me the other stack of money, I'm like, I'm lost for words. I give him his phone back and he takes off. And when he takes off, it took me 15 minutes to realize that was Robert Downey Jr. That's who it was. I said, that was Robert Downey Jr. You know what I mean? I'm like, no, I can't believe it. Why didn't I get its autograph? Like, I was really flipping out on that. You know what I mean? And I think that was before the Iron Man movies. It was definitely before the Avengers movie. This was like back in 2009-ish, 2008-ish when this happened. So, that's how I met Robert Downey Jr. and everything. So, if I ever get famous, if I ever get massively huge, I'm going to bring this up to him. I'm going to tell him, dude, I met you. I remember meeting you. I'm going to tell him this. And here's the thing. He was the reason why I was able to get my first vehicle, because I took that money. It was like about, I believe it could have been like about 12,000, something like both stacks, 100, about 12,000 in hundreds. I took that money and got me a vehicle. I got me a truck. I got me a Mitsubishi Endeavor truck at the time. And that's how I was able to get my first truck, pink slip and all. You see what I mean? Pink slip and all. So, with that being said, I'm glad my auntie left me stranded the way she did, because had she didn't, I wouldn't have got that money. I wouldn't have got my first vehicle. You see what I mean? So I thought I'd share that story with you guys. Really awesome story. So yeah. With that being said, I'm out of time. Podcast is over with. And this is the time where I usually do my spiel and share my what do you call it? When I finally do my handles, my social media handles. You guys go scope out my YouTube, The Road of VladBrad. Scope that out. Check me out right here on KBOP LLC. What else? Go check out my Instagram. My Instagram is, what is it? It's VladBrad_world_1. Yes. Yes. That's the end of my podcast. That's the end of my podcast. So, with that being said, thank you guys for checking me out. And I am God.
$1 million, but my money don't really feel like I